Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the dark side of the podcast. Thank you. The podcast is your home for rational crypto news and objectivity, leaving emotion at the door. Talking about what we like, why we like it, and where we see it going. We are not offering financial advice. We are telling you what we do, and that is all. We don't slow down. We don't let up. Full speed is our only speed. I'm your host, Scott, pragmatic investor who has won and lost fortunes. And joining me, as always, is the greatest producer of all time, Belle. How are you doing tonight, Belle?
You know what? I'm doing fantastic tonight. How are you, Scott?
I'm simply blooming. I am simply blooming. We got the thing fixed. Everybody's happy. Life is good. Life moves on. And you know what? We're making lots of money. So I'm not sure what else I could ask for here. Maybe a banana. I'd like a banana right now. We don't have a banana. Here at the here at the podcast, we have a tendency to talk about what others are not talking about and bringing the focus onto use case cryptos because, as we know, these are what drive the market and bring innovation to a world that desperately needs it. The status quo is no longer acceptable. It's time for technological revolution. Welcome to crypto. Welcome to the podcast, and thank you. So every time I try to offer up an olive branch, I just get shit on by the empire, by these every single time I try to. If I say nothing, then I get called out for saying nothing. If I say anything, then it's fear, uncertainty, doubt, and yeah. And for some reason, obviously I have monetized a lot of these people. They watch the videos, they put negative comments, they downvote all of them, and so it's just the way it is, man. You guys do understand that when you watch any video that I put out, that you're giving me money, that when you put any kind of comment on there at all, that it increases the likelihood that somebody else is going to get to watch this video and enjoy my brilliance. You do get that, right? Because I don't think it's resonating with you. I'm not sure what point you're trying to make, but the more you do what you do, the more money you make me. And I appreciate it because I'm a huge YouTuber. Now, again, every time I offer an olive branch, you guys come back and you just say, "Oh, he's old, he's fat, he's bald, he doesn't know." So this is today. That was from today. This particular comment from Substantial Car 485, an incredibly good crypto investor, and I can tell because of this particular comment. We also need a moment of silence. That was the title. We need a moment of silence for those that listen to the bald old YouTube guy who does nothing but FUD amp. You people should have been buying this gem and not selling it. May God have mercy on your investment soul. Amen. Well done, sir. Well done. You got me. Tis a sword through my heart. And you're right, man. I see the error of my ways. I absolutely do. You're right. It's a hidden gem. And all you should be doing is buying this. That's all you should be doing is buying that token. Or maybe you should watch videos that I put out that are not called AMP. Now, I don't want to just toss that out and say I'm right. I don't have to do that. I have CoinGecko for that. I have reality for that. I have economic fundamentals for that. I have everything for that. So let's just start with the price because that seems to be the easiest. Let us take AMP. I'm pulling it up right now. I want to make sure that we all get this one right. So let's just go ahead and pull up AMP. You guys have had a nice pump. I made a video. I said, congratulations. You're making some money, getting some recovery. Be smart with it. That's what I said. That's what I said on the last video. Wasn't enough. I don't understand crypto. Those were most of the comments is that I simply don't get it. So let's entertain this for a minute. You hit your all-time low about a month ago. So give or take a few days, you hit your all-time low approximately a month ago. But we won't even go back that far. We're just going to go back 30 days when you've started some recovery. In 30 days, you were up 57.1%. That is absolutely heroic. Absolutely heroic. Those are incredible gains. In any market, those are absolutely incredible gains. But let's entertain for a second. Let's just play around with this for a second. That you decided enough is enough 30 days ago, and you sold your entire position, and you moved into something else. You maybe caught one of my other videos or something, but you moved into something else, a project that I happen to like. And let's pretend that you put all of that money, all of your down, because if you sell when you're down, you're wiped. That's it. You can never get back in. That's it. You've lost, and you've locked it in, and you're just screwed now. Let's entertain that for a minute. So let's just say it was $1,000. That's all you had left. You bought at 12. cents, and you sold at .001 ever. So that $10,000, let's just say you're down a lot more, but let's just say you got $1,000 left. Let's pretend you were only down 90%. You're not. You're down a hell of a lot more than that. But let's just pretend that you cleared out, you got your last $1,000, and you've heard me speaking well of Jackal. So let's just pretend that you decided to move that $1,000 over to Jackal. Let's just pretend that. So even though that is not fair because Jackal's been railing well before this one, but let's pretend 30 days ago you got into Jackal. In that same 30 days that you cleared out of the AMP at the effectively the all-time low, your $1,000 is now worth $2,400, and it's worth that much. It's up 144.8% versus the 57% of AMP. So this right here should be all you really need to know as far as basic understanding of economic fundamentals trading and all that other good stuff. But let's not even do that because I like Jackal. I'm a big fan. Let's entertain something else. Let's take Flicks. Nobody likes Flicks. This little nub, what the hell are they doing? Building a new kind of YouTube thing. In the same 30 days, you're up 210%. 210% versus 57%. So again, you're making good decisions, sir. Keep going. Live that dream. It's all going to work out great for you. What else should we look at here, Fett? How about Fetch? How about Fett? Fett is a monster. This is a $500 million market cap. That we're talking about a great big. I'm sorry, I was mistaken. It's only $452 million. In that same 30 days, you're up 109%. 109%. What else should we look at here, Bell? How about Dissenter, this tiny little nothing that nobody's heard of, nobody cares about. In that same 30 days, you're up 102%. Let's get nuts. Let's hit it hard. How about Kajira? I am not I've been scalping this thing, and I've been having a ball with it. And in 30 days, you're up 290.7%. I don't even like it. How about this? How about Osmosis, which you guys know I'm not a fan of, but I've been scalping the hell out of this one, too. In 30 days, you're up 180%. So what I'm saying is that the only bad decision you made was holding on to AMP versus holding on to effectively anything over in the Cosmos. And it's not only that. You get a better staking. If you want to stake and lock and do all that other stuff, good. Good on you. I'm a big fan. I think you should. But you're getting a better return on any single token over here. So not only have you doubled and tripled your investment, but you're getting a better return on it. So again, as much as I appreciate what you're doing, your investing acumen, your savvy, and the fact that you know every goddamn thing, you have lost on effectively every single token that I've just shown you. And not only did you lose, you lost big. You don't think it adds up? It absolutely adds up. You could have gotten into any one of these things. Any one of them, effectively doubled your capital, bought right back into AMP with half of it, and now been sitting in two different positions that are also all use case tokens. You could have done all of those things. But you're right. You should never, ever listen to somebody like me because with 25 years of investing experience in every single market imaginable, what the hell could I possibly know? What could I know? You're right. You're young. I just simply don't understand. It's going to the moon. Everything's great. So let's take a look at one of the things that might be holding you down. Look, all you're doing right now is running with Bitcoin. You have to understand that. All you are doing is running with Bitcoin. It has nothing to do with AMP. You know why? Because you don't have a white paper, because you don't have an SDK, because you have a team that still simply will not talk to you. They absolutely refuse. You got Tyler that's going to go out and get on every stage that will have him and never actually get back to the fundamentals of what this thing is going to do and how it's going to grow. Not someday everybody's going to adopt it and it's suddenly going to explode. Get out of that fantasy, because the opportunity costs of you sitting there where you're sitting right now are ridiculously high. Don't take my word for it, babe. You don't have to. You have CoinGecko. You can look it up for yourself. So I'll tell you what, man. I'll put this out to your entire community. Stop talking about me, and I will stop talking about you. But if I keep seeing my name coming up over there, and you keep doing this, I promise you, I will up the game. I will make it more savage. I will make it more obvious. And it's not even being mean. It's being true. So back off, and I will. But if you're not going to, man, look, game on. All right, we're the ESPN of crypto. We've been dubbed that. We have been dubbed the ESPN of crypto. So I have to be entertaining. This is how I entertain myself. watching you swirl down because you simply do not get it. Economic basic fundamentals, market sentiment, the Nash equilibrium, psychic money. For some reason, it's lost on you. You're still going to hold your little token. You're going to pray for the moon, and it's it's not going to, even if it does, man. And I really do. I hope it does. I really hope you pop. But by the time you finally popped, you could have done it 15 times anywhere else. Anywhere else. So there you go. That's my rant. Back off me and I'll back off you. But if you're not gonna, man, I'm just gonna keep doing this. I own very little AMP. I only own the stuff that I buy when I make videos showing you how I'm using other people's money to buy AMP. So there's no downside for me whatsoever. The other people's money I get from showing you all the other things that I do, all the other things that I'm into, all the other ways that I earn. So again, I appreciate it. I'm happy to be done with you. If you're done with me, we can be cool with that. All right, Belle. Question? Anybody get any rant? Anybody wants to chime in here? Go ahead and hit me with it. If not, we're just going to do a money stream.
All right. So first comment coming in from Toot. Every time I hear the intro, it warms my cockles.
What are cockles, Belle? Is that like your ass or something? I don't know. What are cockles? That's
we'll talk about that later.
Okay, carry on, Belle.
Brownsburg Bats. Start putting videos out that say AMP. Make the last minute about AMP. The first 14 minutes about what you really want them to hear.
They won't listen. They simply. Every time I put out an AMP video, I have plenty of people that drop in and just do comments. I didn't even watch it, but it sucks. Great, man. That's a well-informed decision. Or they simply click on it to give the opportunity to give a thumbs down. But the bad part is that if they would have actually watched anything else that I did, they would be well up right now, well up. And they could have done it and increase their AMP position at the same time. They could have done all of these things. You think I'm against you? I'm not against you. I want everybody to make money. That's what I want. But you're getting decimated by a team that has nothing but contempt for you. Nothing but contempt. They illustrate it day after day after day. And you get a little bit of a pump that's riding up with Bitcoin. And suddenly we're back, man. We've made the right decision the whole time. What's that other thing that you guys all like to say, man? The best platitude whenever something's going up or something's going down. All you got to do is zoom out. Let's do that. There's Max. I want you to look at that right there. I want you to look at that chart and tell me where good decisions were made. Because if you were not selling here, buying here, selling here, buying, unless you were scalping the ever-loving shit out of this or just got into it 30 days ago, you are down and you are down hard, hard. Every place else out here seems to be recovering. 56% down from 12 cents to take your price to .0022. That's not a recovery, man. It's giving you a chance to make better decisions. So some people will take it, some people won't. Personally, I don't care, man. Your money, your business, you do you. I'm just saying, I'll do me, and I'm going to come out ahead, way ahead. Belle, carry on.
Microman asking an actual honest-to-God question. What benefit is the Bitcana X Bitcana pool on Astrovault? Can I make money off it? How much? What are the costs and benefits over staking or straight holding and flipping?
Jesus, dude. How many questions you get in there? You can only ask one question, Microman, and you asked like 11 there. But yeah, well, let's entertain it for a little bit. So we're going to have to put our thinking caps on for this one, by the way, guys. And this is the pool in question. This is Astrovault. And for the AMP people, this is a decentralized exchange. This is DeFi. All right, this is not buying it on Coinbase. This is DeFi. All right, this is a way different animal. So this is the pool in question. It's the Bitcana and XBitcana. Now, XBitcana is a derivative token. So this is called a stable pool, and there's a few of them. Bitcana, Atom, Arch, Dissenter, and there's a Jackal one, Jackal, and XJackal. So your APRs on these are going to be tiny. They're not going to be large. Why would they be large? They're not going to be excessive. You're going to be talking single digits on effectively all of these. So why would you do that when you could come straight over here and stake this stuff? Let's say that you wanted to delegate to the podcast. You're going to be receiving 38.99% APR. That's what you're going to get if you just straight stake it. You're going to lock it up for 14 days. You're going to get 38. If you come over here, you're going to be getting single digit. That's it. You're going to be getting single digit. Now, where I say put on your thinking caps, this is where we have to expand on this a little bit. When you're really heavy in a position, such like I am, and you don't want to damage the chain like I don't, because I'm long in it. It's a pet project of mine. It's been a pet project of mine for years, and I am not going to vacate my position. So I have to find something else to do with it. Now, as much as I like getting more and more Bicana, 38.99%, and I certainly do, I have a lot of money staked over there. What I'm getting is money that effectively has no use to me because I can't liquidate it. I'm not going to attack a chain that I'm long in. I'm just not going to. I'm not going to farm it. I want to support them. And the less people that are selling, the better off this thing is going to, the chain is going to be, man. It's just simple math, all right? It's very, very simple math. Now, if I take that and I push it right over into here, say Bicana and X Bicana. So I'm going to be getting two things. I'm going to be getting a single digit, but the output of this is going to be AXV, all right? The output is not going to be Bicana. So it is going to be a liquid token that I do not have a lot of that I'm free to do whatever the hell I want with. Now, if I want to liquidate that, AXV, I can do that every single day, 24/7, 365. I could take that token, dump it, turn it into cash without hurting my Bicana holdings at all. So I'm not earning as much, but the money that I get from it does not affect the chain at all. Now, I can also take that AXV, and you're going to see a lot of pools over here. Once AXV goes live, it's coming soon, but you're going to see a lot of AXV pools that are going to be coming up over here. So I can also take that Bicana and I can turn that into X Bicana, just like that. All I got to do is change it, swap it, straight swap from Bicana to X Bicana, and I can get into some of the other pools that they may or may not have over here. Now, the only one you're going to see is Atom. That's the only one that you're going to see over here because it's got to be paired with Atom. Bicana is paired with Atom. It's one of the reasons that Bicana runs, for the most part, parallel to Atom pretty much all the time. We just had a recent sell-off. I have to put that out because, again, I'm honest with you guys. Like it was like a 20% dump, and I was like, where the hell did this come from? But more or less, it's going to run with Atom, so you're only going to see Bicana that is actually staked or paired up there against Atom. So if you wanted to jump into that pool and pair it up against Atom, then you could take your Bicana, you can drop it into that pool, you can unmint it, you could turn it into X Bicana, and you can come down here and put it with the Bicana Atom, which is not going to be a bad pairing considering that the tokens run so closely together. This is important. The tokens run so closely together, so you're talking about something that is not going to incur a lot of impermanent loss. So if you're interested in increasing an Atom position and making a decent APR on it, because this will be a very, very decent APR, you can do it through Bicana using a Bicana derivative without hurting the Bicana chain, and your rewards are going to be paid out in AXV, which is the DEX token. So in that case, if you just want to farm this, you are more than welcome to farm it using your Bicana and not hurting the Bicana chain. So I'm not sure if that answered everything, Bell, but I think we got a lot of them in there. Now, the one other pool I'd like to see, and I hope that they're going to do it, and I'm going to push for it, is effectively every one of these single tokens. This Bicana, Jackal's already got one, but the Bicana, someday I hope to see one on Dissenter. Where's Dissenter? I hope to see one on Dissenter. I would like to see one of those pools paired up with Noble, USDC, for each and every one of those pools, because that is a very, very white hat way of exiting your position, is taking your X, your derivative token, pairing it up with Noble. Now, as the token goes up, it's going to liquidate itself and it's going to become Noble without hurting the chain, without you hurting the chain. So as it continues to go up, you basically have Noble out the other side that you can pull right out. So that's your cash. You are cashing out of that token without hurting the chain at all. And then you unmint the X Jackal, you turn it, or the X Bicana, or the X Des, or the X anything. Unmint it, turn it back into its native form, and just repeat the process. So this whole thing, everything that they have going on over here is more or less designed to attract that kind of liquidity. Now, I can't say that those APRs are going to be booming, but I can say that if you're doing it here, two advantages. One, they're liquid. They're liquid tokens. You can pull them out, liquidate them, do anything you want with them at any time that you want to do it. But two, you're getting a separate token from it. You're getting AXV as opposed to Bicana. Now, the less Bicana that is minted, better off for Bicana. It's a matter of dilution. So, yeah, there's a lot of advantages to doing it this way, but you really got to broaden your mind on that one. So, anyway, Belle, what do you got for us tonight, Belle? You got something you
All
want to
right,
talk
so
about? We're coming up to break time. What do you got?
you know, you should have your rant about the perps.
I should have my rant about the what?
Perps.
Oh, no, we'll get into that next. But right now it's break time, so you have to pay the bills here. Belle, what do you got?
All right. So, friends, can you tell me about cryptocurrency? What it is, what it does? You can't? Well, let me tell you. There is only one real cryptocurrency, and it's called Power Bottom. What does it do? What doesn't it do? Will it make you a better lover? Yes. Will it make you taller? If you stand on enough of it, yes. How can this cryptocurrency be better? There is only one way, and that's called Power Bottom Extreme. If you thought Power Bottom was good, and it is, Power Bottom Extreme is even better. If you're looking for a cryptocurrency that does everything and nothing at all, just look for Power Bottom and Power Bottom Extreme, available everywhere and nowhere. You simply suck if you don't have this cryptocurrency. But don't take my word for it. Take the word of everyone's favorite movie surgeon, Alan Alda from MASH. Alan says, it's really good. You see, Hawkeye says it's really good. So what are you waiting for? Become a Power Bottom, and if that isn't enough, become a Power Bottom Extreme, just like Alan Alda.
And we'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. I like your comment, old man. I got to ask, dude, did you finally get off like those grueling shifts that they had you on, man? Because you seem to be in a hell of a lot better mood lately. And I'll tell you what, I personally appreciate it because you are absolutely my attack dog. And when I say, old man, look what they said, man. He goes out there and just goes absolutely Hannibal Lecter.
No,
I mean, he just
great.
he just hits it. All right, we'll carry on to the questions. I was going to do this because we like to be an educational channel as much as anything else. So let me move a little bit of this so that you guys can actually see how it's done. If you're curious, we'll do 120,000 Bacana. Got to move it out to the wallet, guys. So give me just a second. I'm going to hope their relayers will work, and we're going to move it out there. We're going to move it back onto Astrovault. We're going to put it in the BCNA ex-BCNA stable pool because am going to be putting this stuff to work. So give me just a moment. I don't know how much that was. What do we got there? 2,500. Come on, refresh. Screen is dying out on me here. Okay. Yeah, about $2,000. So we're going to have to come over here to our Astrovault. If you've never done it before, all you do is click up here, create your permit, one click. It's free, doesn't cost nothing. Make it up and go to work. So we're going to have to put the Bacana on here first. So you're going to click that little button right there. We're going to approve it. I have to approve it because it's brand new to the chain, even though I had some money in there. I won't tell you how. And we're going to move on 120,000, which is $2,025. We're going to go ahead and deposit it. Now, this has been sitting liquid. Because I had a hunch that pool was coming. So I've been keeping a lot of Bacana liquid from a few different places. And yeah, it's time to get up here and get ready and put it to work. Now, currently, I'm going to make absolutely nothing on this. I make nothing. Why? It's just sitting there. But I'm hunting for an airdrop because I'm feeling good about the way AXV is going to be up and managed, the protocol own liquidity, the other chains that are coming on here. Yeah. And by the way, before you say anything, he pays me nothing. All right. I don't need to be paid. So stop. I'm just going to say it right there. Stop. So there you guys go. You see the Bacana. It's all the way over there. So we're going to go over to the pool. Now you can single side a stable pool. This is a stable pool, and we can single-side it. So you can see right now the TVL on that is effectively nothing. But let's go ahead and drop 120,000 tokens in there. I have to get the rest of it in. So why I'm putting it up there right now is for the airdrop. That's it. I'm putting it in for the airdrop. The people, they're going to airdrop to people who are actually supporting and using the deck. That's it. Those are the people who are getting the airdrop. So I'm getting in early enough that I'm going to get a better portion of the airdrop of here. And there we go. You can see it right there. Then if we come back to our dashboard and we pull up all of our pools, man, I'm in a lot of shit over here. Let me see. Where is that one? Bacana. So you can see the pool. You can see the pool token that I have in, that is where I don't know why I have more money in there right now. The 120,300. Eric, double check your math. That doesn't seem right. That says 2.8. Am I reading that? Oh, no, 2.03. I'm sorry. Glasses. I had trouble seeing it. So there it is. That's how you do it. From osmosis, Bacana from Osmo over here to Astrovault. Each and every step of the way, putting it in there, and now you are eligible for an airdrop. So whether it be $10 worth of Bacana or $100, you're utilizing the DEX, you're going to be eligible for an airdrop, and the more you trade, the more Gravitate that you own, and Gravitate's going to be redeemable for AXV. I personally thought, I told him, Bell, he should make it redeemable for merch. I think that would be cool, is that we could actually redeem it, because it's just, keeping score or something. I thought it should have been redeemable for merchandise. I'd buy an Astrovault shirt, even though I shouldn't have to. He should send me a goddamn Astrovault t-shirt. So anyway,
he won't send you an Astrovault t-shirt because he knows the Astrovault t-shirt will look better on me.
Okay, well, whoever gets one, he should send you an Astrovault tank top. You're like extra small, right? That's the size that you wear. Isn't that what crypto gals do? You wear it low cut, keep it up, elevate the camera, shooting down into the goodies. I'm pretty sure that's what they do. Anyway, Bell, questions, comments, concerns, carry on, or I have to carry on.
All right. So regarding the monologue, old man, insert D-Generation X meme. Suck it.
Wouldn't that be great, man? I'm surprised that old man. I didn't know old man was a wrestling fan. Clearly he is. D-Generation X was Triple H and the Heartbreak Kid, and I would argue that it's one of the most endearing segments that was ever on WWE. Man, I love it. It was during the Attitude Era. It was just really, really good times. Carry on, Bell.
Microman, also regarding the monologue, but Dunkin' Donuts, man.
But
Chipotle.
what? And I'm sure I'm going to get it. These guys, they won't back off. They can't lay off because they're fucking stupid. The D-gens, or they think they're D-gens. The diehards, man, the cultists over there, they won't let it go. They simply won't. There's plenty of good amp holders, people that are very, very objective, realistic, understand what's going on, understand the problems. There's tons of them, but they don't say anything. The people who say, and they won't dare say anything over on the Reddit because they're going to get attacked. They will absolutely get attacked. I have one guy over here that actually stepped up, and it was on that comment right there, A-Team043. He wasn't totally wrong and still technically isn't. The price going up has absolutely nothing to do with the project making progress, and additionally, had always said to do what you want with your own money. I always say, do what you want with your own money, man. I didn't help you earn it. I'm not going to help you spend it. If you want to spend it stupidly, go with God, man. Knock yourself out. But the one guy who actually stepped up and said, well, downvotes. That's what you get over there, man. That is it. It is a cult of personality over there right now with the blind leading the blinder. And I mean, Jesus, man, let me help. That's all I'm saying. Let me help. If you're over there and stuck, and you're afraid of DeFi wallets, you're afraid of the DeFi, you're afraid of any of this stuff. Scott at ThePodocasts.com. I cannot tell you how many times me and Bell have set up meetings with people who simply do not know. not to tell them what to do, but to show them how to do it. That's it. This is how you get a DeFi wallet. This is how you actually manipulate the DeFi. This is how you onboard. This is how you off ramp. We spend our own time, and we don't ask for anything. Nobody's paid us a nickel. We literally, legitimately want to help. So if you're one of those people that are just simply stuck and you don't know how to do what I do, Scott at ThePodocasts.com. I will set an hour aside and I will show you how I do what I do. I'm not asking you for anything. I don't care. Just want to share information. Belle, please carry on.
All right, old man. What I find funny about AMP is I have sold it multiple times and rebought the same amount or more for way cheaper.
Well, yeah, man, it's called trading. It's called investing. It's called sound principles, sound investment principles. It's not that hard. For some reason, the cults, all these cults, and there's tons of them. There are tons. Coogie's turning into a cult, by the way. There's lots of cults out there that simply cannot accept the fact that if that wash trading exists, that just because you sell a position, it doesn't exclude you from ever entering that position again at a better time. There is nothing wrong with realizing profits, and nobody has ever gone broke doing so. Very big. This is trader zero. This is not even next level stuff. This is basic stuff. If your asset is overvalued and you sell to make profits on it, that is the way it's supposed to be. This is what you are supposed to do. You're not, I'm out, man. I'm out. Get away from this community. You're not doing any of those things. You're being smart with your money. When did this become a crime? When did this shit start coming back? How well did that work for you over the last year and a half? How long did the diamond hands work for you over the last year and a half? You got smoked, and it really doesn't matter what you were in. Belle, please carry on.
Ambadeo, any tips you have picked up over the years to stay organized and precise with keeping track of your investments?
Oh, babe, I got a spreadsheet from hell, and I got somebody over there who takes care of it. That's it. There's a lot of stuff that I don't even know about my own portfolio, how much I'm specifically up or down on individual projects. When I make buys and sells, I put them into the spreadsheet, how much I bought, what I bought it at, how much I sold, what I sold it at, and I just keep this massive running spreadsheet, and I send it on over to somebody who shall remain nameless to organize it for me, to tell me what my positions actually are. And it's kind of enlightening, by the way, because some of them I was like, oh man, I got burned on this, and she they come back, no, you're actually up by like 14%. It's like, really? Okay, well, great for me. Yeah, it's a lot of work. If you're serious about this, then you're going to do the work. It's not that hard to keep a second monitor open with a spreadsheet and say, I'm selling AMP at this price, and this is how much I sold. That's it. So for me, it's until somebody comes up with a perfect system to monitor this for me, it's got to be longhand. And yeah, I love Excel. Carry on, Bill.
Joshua Aguilar, what do you think of Solana?
I think Solana is running away. It's not that. Look, man, anybody can look at this chart and say, boy, I wish I bought more Solana. It's crypto, man. This is what we do. Anybody could look at this chart and say, I wish I bought more Solana because it's up 146% over the last 30 days. But would Solana be a better investment by percentage? Hate to say it, but would Solana be a better investment by percentage than Flix over the last 30 days? It would not. It would not. Now, I am not a huge Solana fan. I'm not, man. Look, do you see me wearing Solana shirts? Do you see me going out of my way and showing you all the trades and everything that I make over on Solana? You don't. I don't care for it. It's not even the centralization, because Solana is fairly centralized. It really has nothing to do with that. It's just, I can only diversify my capital so much, and there is enough out here between Cosmos and Ethereum for me to be comfortable spreading my money out that I really don't need to get into other ecosystems. That's really where it comes down to for me. Do I wish I would have bought Solana 30 days ago? Sure. Who wouldn't? But I didn't. I bought Flix. But I didn't. I bought Jackal, but I didn't. I bought something else. So by percentage, I'm doing fine. It's weird seeing an ecosystem. You're talking about now what is currently a $25 billion ecosystem that has more than doubled over the last 30 days. So, yeah, there's a lot going on. But if you want to invest in it and continue to invest in it, then you're going to have to take all this apart and explain why $12.5 billion poured into Solana. All right. It could easily be FUD. It's going up. People buy it, love to make money. It could be any of those things. But what big, major, earth-shaking, legacy, world-facing project launched on Solana that we all missed? That's kind of it. You got to get into context, man. The who, what, when, where, why, and how. I'm not seeing it. I see something going up, and I see people piling in. But in my defense, I'm not terribly interested in this. I can do better percentage on smaller alt tokens, and I do. But it really comes down to kind of a diversification thing for me. And anything that goes up that fast can come down that fast. So that's me. Hope that answered the question. Bell, carry on.
All right, Bud, would you stake DYDX, Scott? Good product and USDC yield. Just have some headwinds from unlocks.
Yeah, if you're going to be in anything, that actually segues us wonderfully to talking about perpetuals with DYDX coming in. So excellent question. Thank you for the segue. Round of applause. Thank you. DYDX is going to continue to perform well, in my opinion. You have to understand what DYDX is. It is a casino. All right, that's it. It's a casino. It's a leverage trading platform. The perp dexes are doing a little different, but really they're not. Now, DYDX is going to continue to be a powerhouse, and it's going to continue to perform, and it's going to just absolutely pop with all of the new money that's coming into crypto. Everything's up. Everybody's making money. ETFs are coming. More money's going to be pouring in. More money's going to be in the hands of traders, and more money is going to be gambled because it's fun money. It's free money. Oh, my God, look at how much I want to put this to work. I want to leverage. Now, by under its very, very basics, man, look, crypto is incredibly volatile. And if you add a 15x on top of something that is already incredibly volatile, like it is, man, you're throwing gasoline on a fire. You're throwing white gas on a fire, man. You just want to see that shit go boom. But that's what DYDX gives you an opportunity to do. Now, why are they going to continue to excel? Because three things are critically important for a perp dex, for a leverage dex. Three things. And it's liquidity cubed. That's it. That's the only thing that matters on these dexes is liquidity. Because they're going to accept your trade. They're going to, whatever you want to do. I want to long Bitcoin. I want to put $150,000. I'm going to long Bitcoin at 18x. That's what I'm going to do. Now, you're going to pay me out in USDC, so it's absolutely important that you have a shit ton of USDC. And if they're paying you out in anything else, you got to stop. All right, that's you need to step back and think about this for a minute. If they're paying you out in any other kind of DEX token, they can simply print more to pay you out. So be real cognizant of this. But you're going to need massive amounts of cash reserves to be able to pay off the big hits. That's kind of the thing. Now, when you get into it, you have to put all of your cash up front, all of it. But they don't actually have to show you that they can pay you out. Now, in these smaller ones, your Levana, that new SIF chain shit that spun up, all that stuff, we don't even know if they have the ability to pay you out. But here's what's going to happen if they don't. You're going to go to clear your position, and you will not be able to clear your position because they can't pay you your winnings. They simply cannot. Now, we had a comment from somebody a couple weeks ago that was playing around on Levana, had the same thing happen to them. They were way up, big trade, big everything. They were just killing it, but they could not exit the position because the DEX could not pay them. They didn't have enough reserves to pay them. So the three things that are critical to any of these DEXs is liquidity cubed. Nothing else really matters. Liquidity, liquidity, liquidity. If they cannot back up or lay off the bets, because that's what you're doing. These are bets. But if they can't lay off that action or cover that action, they should have never taken that action, but they will. And they'll do it again and again and again. So if you're going to play around on these things, man, stick with DYDX. People are going to come out. There's lots of perp decks spinning up all over the place. They're going to go. They're going to hit. They're going to get burned. And then they're going to end up over on DYDX because they can actually pay their bills. Just my opinion. I don't know. What do I know? Just my opinion. But I believe my opinion to be right in this case. You need to make sure that you can get paid out and DYDX can pay you out. I don't know about the rest of these. So until they all come together and agree to spread their action around, bookies have been doing it for years. The mob has been doing it for years. Casinos have been doing it for years. So if they can't find a way to lay off the action, meaning spread it around, everybody gets a little piece, everybody takes a bit of the risk. Unless they can continue to do something like this, DYDX is going to be king. It'll continue to be king. So if you have that token and you want to stake it and you are paid out in USDC, I think you could do worse. That's all I'm saying. My DYDX tokens are staked. So I'll just leave it right there. Anyway, guys, we are coming up on the break. Get the questions in, man. Keep them coming. I'm having a ball. But I have to tell you, about our latest sponsor, and I have to say it like this. Hey there, Podocasters. Let me tell you, Belle has been busy as a beaver. Now, that's no offense to lazy beavers. I'm not here to make enemies. But she has gotten us a real good one. And gentlemen, my crypto brothers, you might want to pay attention. Do you, sir, have trouble getting away, getting out of the house? Do you just want some time to yourself, but it isn't happening? Have we got a solution for you, and it's called Get Me Out of Here. Get Me Out of Here. This, guys, is a service unlike any other. If you simply need some me time, and she isn't having it, schedule our service. Take the missus out for a nice dinner, and at the appropriate time of your choosing, a windowless van will roar to your locations. 6 ninjas are going to jump out, and they will abduct you. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why ninjas? Because ninjas are cool. They are absolutely cool. Who here has not fantasized about being attacked by ninjas? Our head ninja will leave a note with the little lady instructing her to go home and just wait for the call. And while you are transported to the location of your choice, do you need a fishing break? Campsite is paid for, rod is provided, and plenty of cold beer on ice. Is there a big game you really wanted to see, but she wasn't having it? You are there, sir. Great seats and all the hot dogs you can eat. And when your adventure is over, because they all have to end sometime, you will be dropped off at the nearest Applebee's with a T-shirt that says, I was abducted by ninjas, but they had the wrong guy. Sorry. Stop wishing it could happen and start making it happen. Get me out of here. Call today. Hit me a big silly ass for 8% off, and we will be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the podcast. Thank you. All right, we'll get back to your questions if you guys have any more questions. Couple things that I do have to step through. So if you will give me just a moment. Let's see. Which one do we want to do? How do I want to do this one? All right, so there's still an awful lot of things in play right now and a lot of things that I'm really keeping my eye on. Do I want to show that wallet or do I want to show another wallet? Let me think. You know what? We're going to show the 5K wallet because I always put those on videos, but let's go ahead and do a little update on that because those are always fun. We are down just a little bit. So as of 2 days ago, we were at $16,700. We're currently at $16,277. So we got beat up a little bit. I've been out of town, guys. I'm sorry. I've been out of town working, so I haven't been able to make the Patreon videos. We're just going to go ahead and do a little bit of that right now. So Here's what I got coming up. Now, the problem with this particular wallet is actually that right there, all that cash. That's a problem. Now, I wasn't sure which way I was going to go with this. And this is kind of the kicker, man. Look, we got to get this thing to 20K. We have to get this thing to 20K so we started at 4,700 and we're at 16,200 right now. And I said, we're going to double it and double it again. And then we're going to try for the big gun and double it up. So, what I'm going to do right now, and I've kind of been kicking this over a little bit, I think Bitcoin's going to be taking a little bit more of a run. I need to get something going with that money. I don't want to push it into anything really, really high risk right now. It's going to be a little bit sloppy. So we're going to go ahead and drop $3,000 into Osmosis. You guys can watch the trade at the same time that I'm watching the trade. The reason I'm going into Osmosis in this case is because I just want to get a percentage on this, but I don't want to risk a massive percentage. So Osmo moves slow right now. It's actually one of the worst, the lower end investments that I can make as far as realizing gains, but it's a safe enough one right now because it's not going to tank down too hard too fast. I have to protect every single nickel of this money over here. I absolutely have to protect it because I'm not earning any yield on it. So anything I get, I have to get up there and hit it hard, and that's what we're going to be doing with this one. I would much rather have gone with TIA. Actually, I would have much rather gone with Celestia on this one because TIA is just an absolute nutball right now. But again, I can't take the risk. That's the kicker. See, I love these. I love these little bitty spikes. But in order for me to take full advantage of this with using Celestia, I have to be active in front of the keyboard because this thing is going to move. This thing moves almost like a meme. So I have to be there to watch it every single step of the way. I put in 3,000, I take out 150, and then I sell off the position before it comes back down again. I don't have time to do it on this wallet, so we're going to go with the safer position. And in this case, we're going to be going with Osmosis. So there is the breakdown of the whole wallet. Now, the Jackal is easily the shining star of this particular wallet. It was about $1,200 when we started. It's currently about, there it is, $2,490. So it's been performing like just an absolute all-star. But I can't clear that position. I simply cannot clear that position. I'm in it. All right. The Jackal isn't going anywhere. I would love to stake it, but I don't want to jump from frame to frame to frame on making these videos. I want all that money right there in a single little thing. I'm not going to set up an 8-board for this, so you get what you get. But the Jackal isn't going anywhere. Osmo, I'm just hoping for a couple of percentage, and I'll look at it again in the morning. This is getting to the point where I'm almost trusting Osmosis overnight. Usually I will clear every position to cash before I go to bed, but it's almost getting to the point where I'm more or less trusting it, so I'm going to stick around on this one. The Akash, we did much better on it this morning before the whole market did a big correction. So I started with a $2,000 buy, and I've been riding this thing up and down, taking profits off the top. Anything that goes over $2,000, I pull it. I think Akash is in a very, very good place price-wise. I would prefer it under $1, but I'm not going to continue to clear this position each and every time. So I'm just going to peel off the top. It's about in the range of where I need it to be, so I could still be profitable on it and make it work out. Now, Secret, we did the same thing. We pulled about $150 off from this, off my $2,000 buy. It's corrected since then, but because I pulled $150 cash off it, the losses were not as extreme because I pulled about 7.5%. So I saved about 7.5% of the losses on a $2,000 buy, and I'm still in my range to stick around in it. All right, I'm still in my range to stick around in it. Secret is another one. It's not going to boom, but it doesn't go up or down really, really fast. I need to save that. I need to be in those investments where they have some upside potential, but not a lot of downside potential. That's it. I will eat a small loss, 5 to 10%, if I was able to pull off the top, and I was on this one. The Noble is another one. I got to put that to work. I just haven't decided where. And the Center effectively made this wallet because I bought this at 002, about the price of AMP. I bought the Center at about 002, which is effectively the same price as AMP is right now, and I hope there's some of these guys that are still on here, and I hope they're listening because I was really, really clear before this thing took off. I said, hey, keep an eye on the Center. You never know what you're going to see here, and that's a 30-day mark. So I was actually in it way down here. You guys saw the wallet 6-7 weeks ago, or about 7 weeks ago when we started this off, which was right around here. Decenter was one of my large purchases at $1,400. Now, we have clearly realized profits to hell and gone, which enabled us to get into Bitcana, to get into Secret, to get into Cash. All of this was built on the back of Decenter, spread around, but it never left the Cosmos ecosystem. So when Decenter corrected, which it did a little bit right in here, I was able to use profits off of these other things to literally shore up my Decenter position because I need to keep it at or near $1,400. That's the way I'm basing this wallet. If that sounds odd, that's why I have a spreadsheet, because I got to keep track of all this stuff. So it's doing what it's supposed to be doing right now. I am well diversified in this wallet between cash positions, slow movers, and the ones that might actually hit. So I'm perfectly well diversified in this, and I'm very, very satisfied with the way that this wallet has been producing because it's right there. So if other people are doing this and they're outperforming me, please send me their videos because I'm going to watch and see what I'm missing. But right now, I am not going to second guess myself on this. I've made nothing but good moves with this. And market conditions be damned, I have been able to diversify myself enough that even if something's going down, something else is going up. It's right there. We have an entire video series on our Patreon. I'm going to continue to do what I got to do with this thing, and I'm going to get it to 20,000, and then I will get it to 40,000. I'm going to take this bitch all the way through, and every single step of it we present to you guys right there on the Patreon. Anyway, that was the money talk. We hit the money talk. We hit the perp talk. We hit everything. Bell, questions or comments?
All right. So, comment from before the last sponsor reading from Old Man. Go wash your mouth out with soap right now, mister. You mentioned Sif.
I did mention Sif because crypto has got a goddamn goldfish memory, and you know it. And you know it. These guys rugged the world, and they had a massive team that was supporting them. You can find that entire team, I think, over at Ellis right now. But they had a massive team that was supporting them the whole way down. Everybody was right here. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. That's what they were as they rugged the world. But people forget. People absolutely forget. And guess what SifChain has right now? A perp dex. Round of applause for boldness. So if they're going to be doing something, I am goddamn good and well going to be talking about it, and I'm not even going to wash my mouth out. Belle, please carry on.
All right, Microman, regarding your live read, is this service international? Does it serve the UK?
Yeah, man, but I don't know. We won't. What's the big game over there? We'll take you to a football match or a cricket match or something like that. And I don't know if you guys eat hot dogs. I don't think you do. I think you eat those funny Brit foods.
Bangers.
Bangers. You're gonna have bangers. Or we'll instead of beer, we'll give you tea. So yeah, man, we're international as you want us to be. How about that, Belle? Carry on.
All right, Old Man, regarding the live read from our sponsor. Shit, this sounds like something I would actually spend money on, except run into my work and kidnap me.
Well, however you need it done, dude, we're going to do it, but it'll always be ninjas. All right. Ninjas are cool. But I thought, you know what else would be fun if we had the Road Warrior ad. So, the post-apocalyptic warriors that are coming in with the shoulder pads and the bad, hair, and, just walk away. I could be that guy. I could absolutely be that guy. Carry on, Belle.
Microman, imagine a service that swoops in guys in sharp suits, earpieces. You've been activated, sir. Your country needs you. Off to bar, spa retreat, convincing wound on return to job.
Oh my God, it's funny that you should say that. I've never disclosed this, but I'm gonna do it now. When I was over in Japan, that was my very first duty station, was Yokosuka, Japan, a long time ago. And me and my buddy Patrick, he was a second class petty officer, Patrick, and we used to go out in town, and it's when you had a language barrier, sometimes it's hard meeting girls. I was 18 years old, or I want to meet girls. So what we would do is I would actually put on the suit. I'd put on a suit. I'd put on an earpiece, and I'd keep my some glasses on nice and low, and we'd go out to something like the Hard Rock Cafe in Tokyo, and Patrick would sit down and eat. And I would just stand behind him with that Fed appearance on my face, just no looking like that, always doing this stuff. Anybody comes up to him, because people got curious. It's Japan. People got curious, and they'd come up, and I'd step in front of, like, doing one of these numbers, and he'd go, no, you're okay. All right, you can go. We actually did that, and it worked. It worked, man. I don't know. Japan. Carry on, Bell.
Into the cosmos. Scott, I have some inside news. Akash is going to go nuts. We need to get as much as we can.
Okay, you're more than welcome to. They have plenty of liquidity. Yeah, knock yourself out, man. Everybody's got inside news, dude. The market's getting good now. Sentiment is returning, so everybody's brilliant. Everybody has the inside scoop. Everybody has the inside angle. If you want to buy a lot of a cash, go for it, man. It's a good project. I like it. They're bringing up the A100s, man. They're actually hitting it. They're out there doing the work. They're grinding. They're hustling. So no, man. I think it's a fantastic investment. I have nothing against it. I have a long a cash position. It's staked. It's safe, but I flip it too, because Daddy's got to earn, and the chain's big enough that it doesn't mind my $10,000 or $20,000 trades. It doesn't mind it. It can take it. So yeah, man, if you want to do it, go for it, man. I'm your money, your business. Knock yourself out. I've been in cash. I've been in it for a long time. You see it on all of my damn wallets. I don't make videos anymore because it became the flavor of the week. And once it's flavor of the week, I don't want to talk about it anymore, man. I leave it to you influencers to go ahead and carry the torch from there. So yeah, man, go for it. If you want to buy a lot, man. There's a lot available. Bell, carry on.
New type. Wouldn't Crow be safer than Osmo? Crow barely moves and has relatively had violent swings to the upside.
And that's what I'm a little bit concerned about, man. When an ecosystem token, and Crow is an ecosystem token, you're talking about a top 40. When an ecosystem is taking those kind of violent moves, and it has been I scalped it. I cannot tell you the last time I scalped Crow. But yeah, man, I was getting percentages off it. It may, but those violent moves right there, they concern me a little bit. Because I can't explain, and we're talking about hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. I can't explain it or figure out why. And if I can't justify that a little bit, then it's nothing that I'm real comfortable leaving in overnight. I buy Crow, I sell Crow, I buy everything and sell everything, man. I have no shame whatsoever. But if I can't explain it, I'm going to step back. Now, Osmo, I can more or less explain, not because it's suddenly changed and it's suddenly good, but because, in my opinion, my humble opinion, the cartel said we cannot let this thing fail. We're going to step up. We're going to move millions and millions of dollars into it, and I'm going to take advantage of it. That's all it is. If Osmo completely fades, if it just decides to give it up, Kuji is it. That's it. You have nothing else but Kajira, and the cartel is not profiting on Kajira the way, or controlling it the way that they control Osmo. So I'm just playing a percentage here, man. It's just a hunch. What do I know? Just a lucky guy, old fat bald man that knows nothing and just gets lucky on occasion. So, but with that, I'm going to continue to do what I got to do. Bell, carry on.
Ambadeo, do you know who CryptoTank/IBC gang is? I feel like you and him would have interesting convos on a stream.
I see him on the tweeter. Nobody wants to be associated with me, man. I'm gonna put that out there. Nobody wants to be associated with me because I'm beholden to nobody. I don't do this for money. We don't do this stream for money. We don't need it. We don't do this for any reason except for the podcast family. That's it. And we give away a hell of a lot more money on this stream than we've ever earned, ever. So we're not, I don't think anybody really wants to be associated with me because you never know what I'm going to say. I can say anything that I want. It's complete freedom. I can say anything. I'm beholden to nobody. And when something is stupid or somebody is wrong, I'm going to point it out because what are you going to do to me? What are you going to do to me? So because of that, we don't get a lot of outreach. I think Joe, by the way, is perfect for us, man. I think Joe would like to do something together. That's at Cosmos DeFi. So if you're looking for someone to follow on Twitter, it's Joe. I think he wants to do something together, and that'll be fiery. We agree on some things, but the things we disagree on, we are wildly out of spec, and it would be a great conversation, us just firing away at each other. But no, the IBC people, I don't think they want to be connected with us in any way. They've never reached out. I've never really heard from them at all, and I've been getting more active in Twitter. So yeah, if you guys want to see us do something together, you're going to have to call them out. It's not really me. Bell, carry on.
Microman with the last question. You always mention peeling off profits. If you make, say, 10%, do you always just sell that 10%, or do you ever sell everything and buy it all back at a lower point when it drops?
It depends on the token. It really does, man. Look, my whole goal on these is not to scalp them and get out. It's not. My whole goal is to make a profit on them and try to stay in them as long as I can. Now, let's pretend I have a $2,000 buy, whatever, a cash, and it happens to spike 10%. And a cash can absolutely do that. And I peel off $200 worth of profit. Now, my exposure to a cash at that time is only $1,800, even though I'm still showing $2,000. So that is an additional 10% longer that I can stay in that token because I want to stay in that token. Sentiment is good right now. All right. The market is upticking. People are getting excited. They're pouring more money in. They're staying in longer. I want to stay in there with them. I want to keep my money on the board, but I'm not going to walk away from a 10% up. I'm just not. All right. That gives me cash to get into something else that may or may not be running better. So that's the whole idea for me, man. I do not want to sell entire positions. The only time I'm going to sell an entire position is if I drop 5% on the buy. So if I put $2,000 in and I drop that 2,000 drops down to 1,900, that means I lost my 5% and I'm out. All right. It wasn't the right time. It might rebound. Sure. But it didn't. At least right now. So I'm going to eat the loss. I'm going to walk out. I'm going to step back, and I'm going to look for something else. There's nothing saying I can't jump back into that. Nothing. And if it recovers and starts doing something what I like it to do, I can certainly jump back in. But I'm not married to my tokens. I'm just not married to them. I am looking for 5%, 10%, 15%, and I'm out. If it'll go higher, great. But I'm going to peel off 10% if it's up 10%. If it continues to go, I will peel off another 10% and another 10% and another 10%. I will continue to do it. My gains aren't as large, but my exposure is much smaller. This is a violent market. This is going to see swings like you've never seen before. And if these ETFs go live, God help all of you. God help the diamond hands, man, because you guys are going to get eaten. So for me, it's about increasing the cash position, dry powder for bad days like this, for when Bitcoin went from almost 38,000 to 36. When that happens, I want to make sure I have dry powder. That's how I get that dry powder. Hope that answered the question. And go ahead and consider that my closing, because I see that we're at time and I know Bell's got to go eat. So loved it, guys. Look, man, if you could, please give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the show. Drop a comment if you enjoyed the show. Tell your friends and family if you enjoyed the show. The more money we earn doing this, the more money we're going to give to you guys. And nobody is going to come on this stream and say that we're not generous. We give away a hell of a lot more than we earn, or we give away a hell of a lot more than we earn because we want to help people out if we can. But yeah, now all of a sudden I'm very, very passionate, want to grow the channel. I want to become, something in here so that I can earn more money so I can give it away to you guys. That's our whole goal here. Belle, talk us up, take us. Caught you smoking. She thought I was going to continue on, but I'm not going to. Belle, talk us up, take us out. You didn't exhale. There it is. All right, get us out of here.
All right, again, sorry for the hit on the vape there, guys. But anyway, we do appreciate each and every one of you guys who joined us this evening. We cannot say thank you enough. We are going to be back live on Saturday at our normal time of 6 p.m. Central Standard. In between now and then, if you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns, don't hesitate to drop Scott or myself an email. Scott@ThePodcast.com or Bella@ThePodcast.com, and we'll get those answered for you. Again, we can't thank you guys enough, and we will see you on Saturday.
We are dropping new videos and podcasts every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And be sure to look for us on Instagram, Twitter, and Parler at ThePodocasts. Also, visit our page at thepodcasts.com, all one word, for all of our most current